Zaina Juliette is a demon slayer.
It's the power of love.
In my gumbo of entertainment, I'm Zaina Juliette.
Thank you for joining me watching Zaina Juliette and Friends. And today is all about to all of my friends out there that are in entertainment, and to all of you that love to watch live shows, I have someone special here with me today, a producer, director, writer, and creator. He actually has some of the longest running shows here in Las Vegas and abroad. We are going to be back with my guest, the fabulous Mr. Johnny Stuart.
Unbelievable lady, huh?
How are you, Johnny?
I'm doing great.
Johnny, you-
Especially now that I'm here with you, I'm doing super great.
Well, I'm doing super great because you're here.
Well,
And I'm honored to have you sit in this chair next to me.
Well,
The
I'm honored
real
to be
king.
here.
You are an icon in this entertainment world.
well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Someone who has a star, what is that? When you get a star and like cemented in the ground, that is really something spectacular.
That is kind of cute, huh?
It's wonderful. I mean, it's like a dream, you know, to have something like that. And because you have that star, let's tell the audience some of your background and all the wonderful things you've been doing since.
They put a star there. Do you know why the star is there?
Why is that star
Okay,
there?
the star is there. One of them is for having the most shows in as a single person in Las Vegas. Okay,
Yes.
I've been here 43 years in Las Vegas doing shows, and I've done a lot of shows. Okay.
Yes.
And created legends and concerts. So I have 2 stars, one in front of the Paris Hotel
Wow.
and casino, and then one up in New York Hotel.
Oh, that's amazing.
Out there. One is for being the father of the impersonation world. You know,
Yes.
because I created a law that we were able to impersonate called the rights of publicity. And it's out of Carson City. Anyway, we had a big little kind of a war up there, and I put up the proper reason why people should be able to impersonate
Yes.
people, because it's a talent, it's something different, and it's something that a lot of people love. Now there's
playing a role.
impersonations all over the world.
Yes.
You know, so it's called the rights of publicity.
Right.
And the other one was for having a lot of shows in Las Vegas. Yeah.
You started something.
Started
You actually
here.
made a law.
Yeah. We
That's
made a
incredible.
good law, so now it's put a ton of people to work. I can't
Yes.
tell you how many different Elvis Presleys and Marilyn Monroes and
Yes.
you know, Princes and Michael Jacksons and all kinds of people, you know.
Yeah.
But when we do it, it's to pay tribute to the people that really are there.
Yes.
It's to pay tribute to the real Taylor Swift, you know, to the
Yes.
real Elvis Presley. There was a show that was done by Elvis Presley's wife out at Planet Hollywood. No, excuse me, the show was done at South Point.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And she actually told the audience, and she introduced me and saying that it's unbelievable that John has kept the life of Elvis alive.
Yes.
Because he's all over the place now, even more than he was almost when he was here.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's an amazing thing. And people do it out of love and respect for the real person.
Absolutely.
The real person. You know, you want to make sure that the real person gets that respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny, you are the reason why so many people come from all over the world to come to Vegas, because they all look forward to coming to your shows.
Yeah. And not just me, but there's other great
Mm-hmm.
producers in town that do good shows, and I appreciate and respect all of them.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
David Sachs, you know, he is at the Planet Hollywood in the Miracle Mile Mall and has several shows.
So many
and
wonderful
theaters
shows.
there, and I work with him and work with Adam Steck. He has good shows all over, doing great. Dick Feeney has shows all over. And these are all great guys that do this kind of thing to try to entertain other people and do good
They
stuff.
bring Vegas alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and soon we're going to be following and going behind the scenes on some of your shows to see how, let the audience see how they prepare, all the fun things that go on behind the scene, maybe do some of the things that acts or performances that the audience can look forward to coming to Vegas and seeing.
Let me tell you how good some of these people are, and that is the fact that we had a situation where the real Kenny Rogers, when I was at the theater over at doing the theater, and we were doing the show Legends in Concert here in Las Vegas, right? Okay, and his manager called me and said that he wanted to be in the show and actually act as an impersonator in our show and see what the audience thought.
Really?
That was an amazing thing. Yeah, he said Jay Leno dared him to go into our show because we, as Legends in Concert, when Jay Leno would come to town for his annual shows that he would do, he would have Legends in Concert close his show. So he dared Kenny Rogers to actually be in our show. So they called me up to do that, and his manager, Ken Cragen. And so we had Kenny Rogers come out, but no one knew it was Kenny Rogers. They all thought this was a guy that won a contest in Chicago.
Oh,
and
my God.
they wanted me not let anyone know he was the real Kenny Rogers, but he was a look-alike in our show.
Right.
Okay, so he came out and did the show, and they had Hollywood Tonight and different cameras there. They had about 6 cameras there, and they were filming the show. And so he actually went on our show, rehearsed during the day with our Dolly Parton, and she thought he was also a look-alike. I mean, you know, somebody
That's
that
like
was a
insane.
tribute artist. Let's call him a
Yes.
tribute artist.
Yes.
And so they rehearsed during the day. Then at night, we did the show, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we do this big show. And after the show, the cast members go out in the lobby there and meet a lot of the people, and they do some exciting things. So the fact is that
That's amazing.
they went out there and they interviewed about 9 people, okay, for the show, and said, well, what did you think of the show? And what did you think of the show? Okay, who was the best lookalike? Okay, and believe it or not, we had 7 lookalikes in the show.
Yeah.
And the worst lookalike was Kenny Rogers.
Are you
And it was the real
serious?
Kenny Rogers.
My
And they thought he
God.
didn't look as much like Kenny Rogers as the other people did their character
Oh,
that they
my
were
God.
doing. Elvis looked more like Elvis, and the Blues Brothers looked more like the Blues Brothers, and you know.
Did they reveal that it was the real
And
Kenny?
it was the real Kenny Rogers.
So during all these rehearsals, he pretended to be someone else. Did he use a different name? Or?
When he found out that he was the last
So
one
funny.
on the line to look like somebody,
Right.
he decided then to let the cast and everybody know he was the real Kenny Rogers.
Oh, my
Everyone
God.
they went crazy. They couldn't believe it. But it shows you what can be done, you know.
Yeah. Well, that itself alone would be something really interesting for the world to see the reactions and who the real Kenny Rogers is.
What I'm excited about right now is the show that we have the potential and that we're working on with you.
Yes, I'm very excited about
With
that.
you, we're working on a show with you and also with B. Howard,
Yes.
Brandon Howard. The fact is that this show is going to open up, and hopefully we're working out all the details
Yes,
at Planet Hollywood, right?
Yes, yes.
In the Saks Theater, in the Miracle Mile Mall.
Yes.
And you're going to go out there and knock them dead.
I'm going to knock them all over
with
the
all
place.
your wild costumes and all the wild things you have.
Yes.
I mean, look at you today. It's unbelievable.
I got big boots.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
But yes, the holograms, the costuming, the stories.
It's going to be working with you and your people. And Dale, he's unbelievable,
yeah,
too.
Dale
Mr. Dale Cross,
Mr.
the man.
Dale, he's the man.
He's working with people that he works with the TV and all those things. And we're going to have, like he said, we're going to bring in holograms, right?
Holograms.
And special effects and lighting
special
and
effects,
sound.
lighting.
We're going to blow
We're going to touch on all emotions within the show. Your happy, sad, touching moments where music meets theatrics. That is what will come of that. And some of the things that B. Howard and I are going to do together on stage, and it's going to surprise a lot of people in the world. And,
it is.
Yeah.
Some actual stars have actually wanted to be in the Legends in Concert.
Yes.
Just for the tribute. Connie Francis came and sang in Legends in Concert.
Legends in Concert is one of the most amazing shows. Like, I hear people talk about it all around the world.
But other than that, there's so many great shows. At Planet Hollywood right now, for example, we have the show, The Piano Man, which is a tribute to Elton John and Billy Joe. Now, it's not necessarily a look-alike show, but it's a tribute to their music and what they do. They're performing themselves. People that love them and appreciate them and doing tributes of them, they're promoting them.
Absolutely.
So we have the show The Carpenters, they're out there doing it. And we have the show with David Sachs, they have the the Ultimate Variety Show.
Yes.
And also the show Vegas, the show, the whole history of Las Vegas.
Oh my God, Vegas' show is so inspiring.
So there's so many things going on in Vegas that is fantastic. The show they have at the Excalibur, they have the show there with Adam Steck. He has the Bee Gees. Have you seen that show? It's fantastic.
I haven't seen that one, but let me tell you,
fantastic show.
All of your shows are fantastic.
Well, that particular show is with Adam Steck, but that's a tribute show to the Bee Gees.
Oh, I
so
have
it shows
to go
you
check
lots
that
of
one
major
out.
producers are doing tribute shows. The Dick Feeney's doing the Michael Jackson show that he's had in town here for almost I don't know, 10, 15 years. And he also has the show The Rat Pack over at the Tuscany. So lots of good producers
many good shows.
have taken on the challenge and the unique way of presenting tribute shows.
You started something, Johnny.
Started a big deal, didn't it?
Started something. Yes, but it's
I'm proud of all of them.
Absolutely.
Anything I could do to help them or to make it more unique, I would do it. Because I love all the performers and the producers and everything that's going on in Las Vegas.
I really suggest you all of you come to the shows. Every week you can do a different show, but you have to see these shows. They're so inspiring, and at this time, in our world today, we need to see great shows and just take our minds off of all the craziness that's going on in the world. And that's what's so wonderful about your shows. It's like when you go in and you see them, you walk out like, and then you want to tell everyone. Johnny, how can people, there's so many ways you can get tickets to these shows. What are some of the best ways they can go online and
go
purchase
online.
tickets?
They call Vegas.com.
Vegas.com.
And they have I'm working with a guy right now that I've worked with for about 20 years. Probably 25 years, Dean Coleman. And Dean Coleman now is opening up with me, and I'm working with him, another Michael Jackson show that we're gonna open up over at the Orleans. It opens up on June 15th. And it's the whole history of Michael Jackson. It's called MJ, The Evolution. Okay, and so this is the evolution of the Jackson 5. And as Michael Jackson matured and grew up and got stronger in the business, it's the whole history of Michael Jackson.
Yay!
And we're going to be doing other evolutions of like Elvis Presley. The evolution. Elvis Presley started as a young guy, but he went through the stages of going into the military and then to get into the black leather and getting into the eagle suits and all that.
Elvis.
It shows how people graduate.
Yes.
And whether these people, the real artists, whether they're alive, Zaina, or whether they have deceased, we keep their image alive.
You keep their story alive.
You know, all the time.
Yes, it's no different than, you know, everyone loves to watch a movie that tributes or the story of someone like Elvis or
Right,
Michael.
right.
And to come to Vegas and to see the evolution of all these great artists, that is so inspiring. It's no different than watching a movie, but actually on stage. To see it, to hear it up close, up front, is something very spectacular. And I suggest everyone come and watch these shows.
And I'm telling you right now, we're so excited to work with you and B. Howard
Yes.
in this new show that's called the Jackson Royalty Beyond Belief.
Ooh, beyond belief. Believe
That's right.
it or not.
Believe it or not.
Beyond belief. Yes. And you know what? We're going to add some things, something a little special and new to this. You know, we're going to go futuristic and past.
Yeah.
You know, it's themed. You know, so you're going to see all sorts of things. Dragons and castles,
Absolutely.
aliens and spaceships, all of that, you know, and
I
it all
agree.
has a backstory with it.
And you've
you know.
already done tons of shows throughout the world.
Tons of shows, tons
and you've
of
been
shows.
performing your whole life and doing all these unique,
Yeah.
great things.
Since I was a child.
It's an honor for me to be able to work with you.
It's an honor for me to work with you.
Yeah.
You know, and there's so many people that like, oh my God, you're gonna be working with Johnny Stuart? Yes, you know.
Well, thank
so
you.
like now, you know, people are like, when the words sort of getting out there, you know, oh my God. So now they're all coming to me. But I just say one thing at a time. I want to focus on making this show spectacular. I want to keep the audience aware of all of your productions. So I want to continue to follow them and I want to continue to post them. And even this channel and my show, Zaina Juliette and Friends, here on the CW, and also coming to other networks, you should be able to come to my show and see a list of all of Johnny Stuart shows and beyond. Because it's not just here in Las Vegas. Johnny Stuart is international. He has
thank
show.
you.
You have something new coming up in Asia, right? China, is it China?
We're going to China with 3 shows.
China.
We're taking over 3 theaters, Dean Colvin and myself. We're taking over 3 theaters in China, and we're taking the MJ Evolution show there, and the Michael Jackson show is that one. And we're also taking Legends in Concert over to China.
Oh my God, China!
We're doing all kinds of fun
They
stuff.
love Michael, and they love to tribute. They love this, and they love it when it especially comes from Vegas and from Johnny Stuart. They love these type of shows. And you have something in Australia. I hear you have one of the longest running shows somewhere in, is it in Australia? Am I
Yeah.
correct?
In Australia.
In Germany?
Yeah, Legends in Concert is in Australia, in Melbourne.
Okay, and Germany. Don't you have something
Yeah.
in Germany?
And we've had it in Hawaii for years and years and years.
Oh, Hawaii.
So-
Speaking of Hawaii, I heard something about you working with Bruno Mars.
Absolutely. It's funny.
Wow.
Bruno Mars, when he was only about 5 years old, came with his dad, Peter Hernandez, is his father.
Yes.
And his family sang in Hawaii also.
I hear they're
And
wonderful.
so his family had a singing show. And then when I opened Legends in Concert there, which I was there 28 years, we had Bruno Mars' dad playing the drums for me. And he still does when I go to Hawaii. Okay? But so Bruno came on the show doing Elvis and Michael Jackson. You know, it was phenomenal.
Wow.
And he worked there with me till he was about 12.
Wow.
Doing those things, and he was fantastic.
He is
and he
phenomenal.
became one of the biggest stars of all time.
Yes.
You know, it's amazing
Yes.
what people do and what they can do.
Yeah.
So it's such a tribute and an honor to work with all the, not only the real stars when we have that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you about the situation with Rod Stewart?
No.
Okay, I gotta tell
me
you
about
this.
that one.
This is a killer. This is a killer. Listen, so I get a call from Damian Costa, who is the entertainment coordinator over at Caesar's Palace.
Oh.
He became a friend of mine, and he still is a friend. He has a new place here in town now called the Composers Lounge over near Maryland Parkway and Sahara. It's a big, nice place. You can eat there, and they have about seats for maybe 200 people, and they have a small theater there.
Nice.
But anyway, he called me, and he said, I have a friend of mine over here that wants to audition for you as Rod Stewart. I said, really? Yeah. And I said, well, tell him to come to the show. I'll keep the orchestra after, and he can sing live with the orchestra. I'll do that as a favor to you, Damien. He said, no, listen, he wants you to come over. He's out by the pool, and I promised him you'll come over. I said, well, son of a gun, if you really want me to go over there? He said, yeah, would you do that for me? I said, sure, I will. So I got things together, went over there, went out by the pool, and here's this guy that wants to audition for me, sitting in one of these cabanas with a lot of girls around him.
Oh, my.
And so I walked over, and Damien was with me, and he said, Rod, this is John Stewart, and you want to audition for him, right? And I said, yeah, do you want to do it here? Do you want to come into the theater? What do you want to do? He says, well, if it's okay with you, I'll just audition right here. I said, really? I said, okay, well, go ahead, start singing, and I'm here doing it. And everyone started laughing, you know, and they were laughing, and I thought, something's wrong here. And Damien
Johnny
finally
Stewart and
says,
Rod
John,
Stewart.
I'm gonna bail you out. This is the real Rod Stewart. So it was a real guy.
Oh my
But
God,
he'd been in the swimming pool, and his hair was different because he didn't have that hair like he normally does.
It goes
So
to
I
show
didn't
you.
know.
Yes.
And so it was a real Rod Stewart auditioning for me out by the swimming pool at Caesar's Palace.
See? You see that? Because everyone wants to work with you, John.
Well, they were just playing a joke on me.
Well, that's,
You know, because this was the real dude, right?
that's amazing.
Anyway, so there's been so many fun and exciting things happened. Another thing that happened one time, I went to Pigeon Forge. They have Dollywood there.
Ooh.
Dollywood is the whole big, like a Disneyland, but it's Dollywood.
Right.
Yeah. And so they wanted me to do a show there with my Dolly Parton. I said, a lookalike Dolly Parton, you want me to have her go do a show there? They said, yeah, this will be interesting. We're going to do something interesting. So here, it was opening day of Dollywood for the season, and they had about 2,000 people in the house, and my girl that I had come out singing, and she sings, anything you can do, I can do better. Anything you can do, I can do better. And then the real Dollywood stepped out on the stage and said,
my
no,
God.
you can't. Then my girl said, yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. And it was so funny because the real Dolly and my Dolly were standing right next to each other.
Oh,
the audience was totally full. They thought my Dolly in the beginning was the real Dolly.
Oh,
And of
my
course,
God.
so we've had so many experiences
You know how
like that.
exciting to see something like that is.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Wow, Johnny, you have done so many great things, and more to come.
More to come with you.
With
you.
With us.
And B. Howard.
Yeah.
We're going to do it together.
Yes,
right.
we're going to do it together, and we're going to make it magical.
That's
and
right.
fun for everyone.
Absolutely.
And yeah, yeah. Because
Okay.
it's just like, it's so good to, you know, and then the live music with the theatrics.
The
and
dancers.
The dancers are going to
thing.
be so phenomenal. The sound, you know, and the visuals, so much with the visuals.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And I'm so honored to work with you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm really honored.
Thank you. So right now, just to kind of briefly make sure everyone understands, at the Planet Hollywood, in association with David Sachs, we have there the shows at Planet Hollywood. We have Vegas, the show,
Yes.
V, the Ultimate Variety Show, Piano Man, which is a tribute to Elton John and Billy Joel,
Yes.
the Jets, which is a family singing group from Hawaii, very famous in
Yes.
the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
and also the Carpenters, we have that. And then on June 15th, we're opening up over at the Orleans, the MJ Evolution Show with Dean Coleman.
Oh, wow.
So we got all these things working.
And I hear you have something with Motown coming.
Oh,
as well.
right now we're casting and putting together with Pete Peterkin. We're putting together the new Motown show.
Ooh,
it's going to be a
I'm
great
so
show. Salute to Motown. And it's going to be another great show.
Oh my God, it's so amazing.
We're going to have lots of shows here in Vegas, as we always have had.
Yes.
And of course, we'll be also putting together here in town the situation because Legends in Concert stopped when they blew up the Tropicana Hotel.
Oh,
so we'll be
that's
reestablishing
what happened.
Legends in Concert also.
Yeah. You know, Johnny, so many of my friends that watch the show and so many of the audience are people that are entertainers, dancers and singers, and they come here because this show is their inspiration.
Right.
You know, and do you have any words for them? And if any of your shows are holding auditions, how can they submit?
There's certain articles and public things that they can look for that show that auditions are coming up for the singers and dancers. And one thing we try to do is also use a lot of the singers and dancers even in more than one show.
Yes.
You know, if they have time and energy and they want to make extra money, then the dancers can dance in more than one show. The musicians can play in more than one show.
Yes.
If they want to. But we try to keep everybody working. There's a great deal of respect for all the musicians, all the dancers, all the singers and people that work here in Las Vegas. And we all try to work together as a family to unify each other and keep everybody working and everybody entertaining and doing the good job.
So wonderful about you. And so that's why so many people want to come to your auditions and look forward to meeting you. So, you know, they can go to Vegas Auditions. It's VegasAuditions.com.
What everyone should be looking for right now is the new show we're doing.
The new
with
show
you,
with me.
Jackson Royalty, Beyond Belief.
Right.
That's the name. That's the big one coming up.
Yes, and I'm going to be looking for outstanding dancers, which you have so many to choose from, and also break dancers. That can do those stunts and magical moves, because I have something really special in this show that's going to shock the world with breakdancing.
Well, you're an ultimate entertainer, and the audience is going to be surprised and excited and blessed to see you entertain.
I am so looking forward to it, Johnny.
Me too. Thank you, sweetie.
We love you, Johnny.
Love you too, hon.
Please go to JohnnyStewartProductions.com to know more about Johnny and see a list of all the shows. And we love you. And we'll see you again next week. Same place, same time, right here on Zaina Juliette and Friends.
Thank you.
Right? My baby.
Like fire on the ocean, the way I glide my feet, gonna set your mind in slow motion.